The final region is the Sprawl. Let's see how we do on relationships. Ah, not bad, not bad. Okay, hopeful.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
Hopeful for minus stress on Hew'n and Disorienting Blast. I'm not going to be taking advantage of that too much, I don't think.
Desire will never die.
Bash and Glint in the Dark for dot removal, also not going to be terribly useful. Ruin and Rid for stress healing. That one's probably okay, but it's hard to use Rid when you need to. Magnesium Rain and Sacrificial Stab. We're not going to end up using Sacrificial Stab much. Ooh, Poison Dart and Burning Stars. That one's nice. All right. All right. Not a bad set, but yeah, I think they need to do a bit more so that you can guide where you get the relationships. Maybe it should favor things that are mastered, and it should also favor things that are currently equipped, so that you can assert a little bit of control.
Cities of man, ruined and aflame.
Okay, we got another late hospital, which is good, and I like that looks like we can get the watchtower, which will cement our speed for us. That will be our speed fix. I don't think Carved Bodkin is making it on the team, though. Feels bad that we don't have the ability to use it. And then... yeah. That will be the plan. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to do skills really quickly here, because we don't need Bash. We'll toss Hugh up there, I guess. Well, actually, maybe we do want Bash. Nah, that's not going to be it. That ain't it, Chief. And then we'll put that there. And what was Glint in the Dark? Yeah, that was clearing dots. Okay, so that's not that useful. Definitely should have used the Soothing Poultice. I guess maybe not. 2 votes for question mark. Academic study for a Shambler trinket could be nice, though. I'm not going to stack up a bunch of stress early on. Let's just see what this is. Getting our loathing down is also good. We'll probably have more opportunities for potential Shambler encounters. Love to see those friendships pop into existence. Do we have any relationships that are 20 out of 20? Doctor Strange and Red Shirt. Okay. Unyielding. Absolutely obnoxious. Where's my snappy swig at? Yeah, Snappy Swig needs to start proccing. It's an embarrassment at the moment.
The slow suffering begins.
What caused the bleed there? Oh, Pristine Lure, gain on miss. Oh, that could be a play with Carved Bodkin. Going a little hard on the back line. There's Snappy Swig. They are unyielding, though, so it's pretty unlikely she's going to keel over. Oh, ugly. Yeah, we could probably engineer some misses pretty effectively. Try and keep the stress under control here. I find it very strange that the difference between skills that do and don't respect stealth. It seems slightly arbitrary to me. Apron is so good. Oh, come on with the Infernal Taskmaster over and over again. Stop it. Like, what's the point of being stealthed if this is what they're going to do to us over and over again? Just so this guy stops AoEing us, for Pete's sake. I would have loved to have just wrecked him. Oh yeah, you get stress for that, don't you? Gotta remember that. Oh, and missing that is frustrating, because it does destroy the corpse, but...
This is no time
enough. Good gracious. I hate this. Actually concerned here? Thank you for not doing Blade Tornado for the 47th time.
This wound, at least, has been tended to. Fight through the fatigue.
Okay, I am extremely done with this fight. That went really poorly. I don't know what went wrong there, but we just ended up like on our back foot from the start.
In some of these well-worn relics.
So the glowing abilities come from relationships, Ika. So when you have relationships, like for instance, if we take a look, we are hopeful with Black Eye, and that will cause one of our abilities, like this one here, when we use it, it has an additional benefit as a result of hopeful, which is that it is going to reduce stress on one of our heroes. So pretty useful. Pretty useful, pretty awesome. They are randomly allocated at the beginning of each region. So you can't select where they go. But yeah, it's new with the most recent update that came out last week, I think. I don't remember exactly when, but somewhat recently.
Steady yourself.
The game is not relenting at the moment.
A promising development.
Get off of her, game. Holy smokes. This is actually getting ridiculous. I have this cursed grave robber thing going on, and I don't know what to do about it. Doctor Strange doesn't need it.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Like, I really don't have... Who do you have relationships with? Black Eye and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, you are... Is it... No, it's Rid? No, it's Sack Stab. Ugh, that's an awkward one. And then over here, it's Hew? Alright, we can do some Hews. We can definitely Hew some things.
Collaboration confers advantage. A master stroke. All problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
Trying very hard to clean things up at the moment. To limited success.
Cooperation is the key.
Why couldn't I have gotten like Chaotic Offering as a stress heal here? We go for the Hew one more time. Triple Hew. It's a tale as old as time. I guess Hew is going to be a pretty effective taunt generator because it's going to have the chance of proccing Lure twice. That's an interesting observation. Alright, so we get to the Watchtower, which is going to be very good. That'll give us the speed so that Doctor Strange should be locked in at 8 for the remainder of the region.
The fog is parted. Our way is made clear.
Plenty of Shambler opportunities. Ooh, and a very late hospital there. Very late pair of hospitals. So we can probably do like academic study into Hoarder, into Resistance, into Hospital after we get the Lair. Which we have tons of time on the Lair. Okay, we need to make a decision by this tier here. Oh, of course it is, Ika. Of course it is. If we do the fight, we lock ourselves in for the cultist. I don't really want to fight a cultist right now. Or do we just commit to the cultist? Yeah, PTSD indeed. I really don't want to fight the cultist, but I guess we'll do it. Looks like we got all our goals for our heroes. Hooray. Stress is looking managed. No, Jason. First run was a success. We're going for another one because we just needed a... I needed a little more backlog going into the holiday season, so... Deleted. Yeah, so we get tons of taunt off of that. That's actually pretty cool.
Easily dispatched.
Ooh, nice crit. Gonna try and clean up all of our errant stress here. I know I'm greeding this one like crazy, but... So the first thing that springs to mind, Ika, and this is not exactly an answer, but the leper has their entire kit, and I don't think they need much more to be good. So I think the leper is very strong without the without a hero shrine. So that's one thing. I think the occultist gets a lot better with hero shrines. I think that picking up indiscriminate science on the Plague Doctor is very important. So I think probably I'd do Plague Doctor first, because I think the Plague Doctor gets appreciably stronger. From my perspective, the leper build is Intimidate. That's pretty much it. Let's see, you're all clutched. You're all clutched. Okay. Our relationships are looking really good right now. But yeah, Intimidate is the leper build, give or take, and Solemnity. If you have those two, you're going to be in a pretty good position. Nice hit. A little shy of awesome, but really one-off? We got two one-offs here. The classic bear optimal. Oh, that's awkward. We don't generate... on miss we don't generate, taunt. Got it. Okay, that changes things up a little bit. I'll need to think about that.
Cooperation is the key.
Shouldn't have gotten rid of the corpses there. That was slightly ill-informed. No, it's for the relationship, nothing more. That does look pretty good. Yeah, we're getting a lot of taunt off of it, which I like.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Get ourselves healed up. Even though Blade Tornado, for some reason, does not abide by stealth. Yep, all the HP in the world and keep that taunt popping at all times is the way I play my lepers, and they are insanely strong. It's why the Poet Leper, from my perspective, is so clutch, because you get a larger HP pool and move and stun resist. Not that you would know that there was move and stun resist, given how much at 80% move resist he's been sliding around like a absolute knucklehead.
Another impediment. Cleared with impunity.
But yeah, I look at it as, if you're controlling the fight with your leper, you're going to be in great shape, because Solemnity allows you to remove so much stress with no limits. It's invaluable. Let's see, Minor Helldraught can go. You need something. I'll give you a Pyrotechnic Dazzler. Yeah, it's an entirely different game, Ika, and it is in its own right a pretty awesome game. No, we don't want that there. We'll swap that in for that, and then we're good to go. We have nothing with AoE on it. Yeah. I like having some AoE going into cultist fights just because you can blow things up. But yeah, this game, I'm very excited for where they go with it. I know some people were upset when they said that the February release date was going to get pushed back, but I'm a firm believer in bring the best product and take the time that it takes to make that great product. So I was happy that they are not keeping to a schedule that, you know, doesn't make sense. Slightly annoying. Oh, no. I'm gonna yank this guy forward so I can hopefully delete him with Tenebrae. They are the biggest threat in this crew. Yeah, I know. I mean, I get it. You know, we've talked a lot about it, and I know a lot of people have a lot of very strong thoughts about the Epic game launcher. My 2 cents on it is that, you know, Red Hook is a for-profit company, but the more money that they can make from opportunities like exclusivity on the Epic's game store, the more they can, in turn, not end up charging us to create the best game that they possibly can. Yep, I want more classes for Spot 4, 100%, friends. You are 100% keyed in on probably the thing that I think is most important. I would also like to see more diversity of healers, which is why I think the Arbalist would be such an insanely good match for this particular setup, because the Arbalist would lend a healing component. By the way, Ika, thank you for the follow. Oh, why couldn't that was double awful. Oh god. Let's do this to get rid of the stun. Didn't want you coming all the way up there. You still have 2 taunt, so I'm just gonna scoot you forward like that, I guess. But yeah, Houndmaster would be great. Arbalist would be great. I'd also love to see some of their new stuff. You know, I think that more new classes would be awesome. Also, I'm looking forward to modding because rather selfishly, well, this is just sad. Rather selfishly, I think the Bounty Hunter in its current incarnation didn't quite land the way that I wanted it to. The Bounty Hunter doesn't feel... doesn't feel quite right as like a temporary join, because from my perspective, their power level isn't large enough to justify the losses that come from it. So... No, Ika, there's a bunch of... Uh-oh. We're about to get exploded on. Oh, no. Alright. That was annoying. Wasn't as bad as it could have been, but that is annoying. Yeah, so the enemy will choose a skill, and then if that skill can be targeted at someone with taunt, they will target the person with taunt. But that's it. They are not bound to the same rules that you as the player are, which is that you can't use a skill that would target a enemy that is not. You can't use a skill at all if there is another skill that you could use that would work with that enemy. Sorry, that's hard to articulate. But the basic idea is you can only use skills that target taunted enemies, whereas enemies get to choose their own setup. I kind of feel like more fights is good here, but we have a ton of fights coming up. So let's get the cache of supplies. Yeah, it's a little unfair that it doesn't quite work the same for us and for the enemies. The enemies have a slightly looser rule set, which means that they will sometimes ignore taunt at times when you're like, they really shouldn't be. But,
My wealth and possessions bundled into this meager pile.
okay, I want too many of these things
Your
not
coach is
to.
laden. You can carry no more.
So the bodkin might be better than the Vanished Vanity here. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to hang on to the Vanished Vanity. I'm going to let that go. That go, that go. Maybe it's a factor of strength. I think it's just an artifact of the way the game is designed, but that's only a suspicion of mine since obviously they don't tell us exactly the way everything works. I don't think we need 4 holy waters. That's probably too many. I don't want to throw away any money, unfortunately. I think Toxic Ichor can go. But yeah, we got to get Tenebrae back under control. Tenebrae's stress kind of spiraled out a little bit. That's true, friends. There is you can definitely get into a situation where the I don't want to use up my crypt token on that. Where you could completely prevent the enemy from acting, which would be problematic.
The slow suffering begins.
This is the second time I have laudanуmed here and then ended up not reaping the benefits of my laudanum. Let's see.
Malaise.
Doing the Hew for that, but also now if we miss with Hew, we get some advantage there as well. Alright, 50-50. Should have used the Pyrotechnic Dazzler to burn off the blind, probably. Big hit. I'm guessing we'll take enough additional damage here that we'll be able to get the Solemnity off, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that was pretty much right on.
Cooperation is the key.
And just like that, all your hard work is for naught. We do need to deal with this guy, though. Getting a little too close for comfort. You're at 25. I think I will let you roll the 25 there. You're 7. You're 1 off, so you're going to die. I think. I think we just go for the heal here. Ah, that fixes that problem. I love being able to set up. Pristine Lure with Hew is not a combination that I think I would have thought much of prior to this run, but I'm really digging it. It seems like a great combo. Because when the dodge gives us bleed, I think that's also giving us the opportunity for another, we're going to do, actually, I think we're good. around, though. Doctor Strange has the kill. And our leper isn't going to get another chance there. So I'm going to use that up, and then I'll just battlefield medicine here. Get our last pip of stress off there. And now... that was like a double hopeful proc. There we go. Easy peasy. For the eyes, I don't think we need that. I still feel like the eyes is the fight that I am most likely to have someone die on. By a long shot, too. Not like a small delta. Gosh, the number of resistance encounters we have fought in this one is quite a lot. And let's see. I feel like, yeah, I emptied you out. We could do Glimmer of Hope. Sure. Doesn't really matter. Let's damage Red Shirt's relationship. If we have to pick one. Oh, Ambush is never my favorite. Oh, Stun and Daze. Don't mind if I do. I was hoping for the shuffle there.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
The enemy weakens and wanes. So I don't know when the bleeding... Oh no, that's awful. That is actually tragically awful. We're gonna have to pass on our leper, or excuse me, on our occultist, which is like really not cool. Oh, you can move like that. I didn't actually know that you could move like that. That's cool. I thought previously when there was an immobilized character, you couldn't move across them. So I think that is actually changed. Now, we're going to have to worry a little bit about the fact that we've done no work on the sacrificial. That was a big hit. Okay. Haven't seen her use that much. We don't actually have an unchecked power, so I'm going to use this to stun her. Then I'm going to delete you. Now, unfortunately, we can't indiscriminate science from this position. So we'll just swap you two. I knew that guy was going to do that. Very annoying. Oh, Solemnity. You are ridiculous.
A lesson taught.
Good recovery, I feel like. So what does it actually say on Carved Bodkin? Turn start if bleeding. Okay. But wait, it also says -2 bleed. So when I miss with this, okay, I didn't miss, so kind of defeated the purpose of my demonstration, but that's okay. This will clear out the last of our stress on Doctor Strange. Man, having your bread and butter skills get hit by the blessings is so good.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I'll take the triage kit. I'm probably just going to throw the triage kit away, though, honestly. Yeah, I think we're full up. Although, I mean, these glimmers of hope are really not. They're really not doing anything at this point. I guess we have a lot of ground still to cover. I probably shouldn't have been so flippant with letting those glimmers of hope go.
With unwavering resolve.
Bobbing and weaving, missing everything.
The hooded watchers
Looking good.
horrid chin.
One-eyed creeper. This fight looks familiar. So Ika, when you're getting started, I would recommend waiting until the later regions. I think that for the highest chance of success in the long term, it is very advantageous to go immediately for the trophy. What I would say is that you need to have a really good handle on what you need to succeed, basically, right? So you have to understand each of the boss's mechanics and how exactly they work in order to be able to know if you're going to succeed or not. Like exactly how the general works, what kind of team composition you need in order to be able to kill it, etc. So I would say if for a beginner, you should just kind of wait, you know, hold off, get your run established, get some mastery under your belt, and then go after them. That's the best advice that I can give. 25, I don't think I'm gonna. I also think that Doctor Strange is just going to obliterate everybody on this back line. Yep. Nice hit. Checks out. Oh, so it's turn start, not character turn start. So I guess at this point we already know if we had gotten the extra action from bleeding. Possibly. We'll just chaotic offering. Oh, really? As much as I wanted to go after this guy, with the improved dodge token, we weren't going to do much on him. Wait. Oh, wow. We were right at the cusp there. That was shocking, actually. All right, like clockwork. But yeah, the reason that I say in the long term you're going to want to go for it as soon as you possibly can, the trophy that is the trophies are very powerful. You get mastery guaranteed from going to the lair, which is very useful. There's a lot of good that comes from succeeding. It's also probably where I lose most of my runs. So I you know, you take a risk, and sometimes it bites you, for sure.
As far as the eye can see.
Okay, now you and red shirt already took a hit, so we'll do you in Tenebrae this time. Okay, looks a little different this time. I think I can blow this guy up. Confirmed. I can indeed. Oh, no crit is a bummer here.
The enemy weakens and
I don't really like the trinkets that we've gotten for our grave robber. Her trinkets are actually, yeah, her trinkets are actually quite terrible.
the slow suffering begins.
Okay, so we could get a free action. Maybe we did this time.
The smallest variable can make all
No,
the
no
difference.
extra action. Turn start, if bleeding, extra action 20%. Definitely bleeding. Oh, there was the extra action. Okay, it's just hidden, apparently.
In crisis, we can rely.
All right, we're in no big rush here, so I'm gonna heal us up to full, and then use a solemnity next turn. Hey, Sir Farquaad. How goes it? No, I don't think we're actually gonna have time to get the solemnity. Actually, we'll be fine. We'll just do that, and then he'll probably give us back one stress, but
The past is gone. Let it die.
hello there. That's a get. CrossFit will tucker you out big time. Big time. Yeah, the Gigatrunk is fine, whatever, but the Greater Sharpness Charm, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Let's see, what do you... For the Librarian, Clotting Powder has basically no use. I'd like something else for the Librarian here, but we'll do that. Yeah, in time, just in time for it not to be particularly useful. Now, Carved Bodkin, I'm not impressed by at the moment. Am I going to throw it away? We're going to have plenty of money when we get to the end of this, so I'm going to get rid of that. And yeah, we're not going to... Jumbo Storage Trunk is going to be a net negative, not a net positive. Yeah, Gigatrunk is great if you can get it prior to the final region. Terrifying. Absolutely mortifying. You have 9 speed. The Snappy Swig is really failing me at the moment. I resisted the taunt. My taunt? I would like my taunt.
Solution.
I guess that's the difference between Intimidate and going with Hew'n in this case is...
Extinguished at last.
Is Intimidate, you can't resist the taunt because it's intentional? Curious difference there, I guess. Let him dodge his own taunt, and there was much dodging.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Alright, this is all over. Dust in my throat. Ah.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. I just ran out. I will be right back. I'm not dying. Back to it. Seriously. Cures what ails ya, that's for sure. One candle? I don't think I care anymore. We've crested the meta progression hump, and candles are now, as long as I have enough to buy my memories, I'm good to go. Companions coming soon, though. This is a pretty good first fight for us.
And with it, the remains of philosophy, reason, and insight.
Oh, love it. Where's my, where's my crit tokens at? What, no? There's a crit token.
A righteous action.
A righteous action. I agree.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Yeah, Pristine Lure is not as reliable a taunt creator as I would like.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
But look at the stress on this team. Holy cow. Oh, it is. Wayne June is the narrator for both the Darkest Dungeon games, and just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Measured and steady.
Yeah, blind my leper. See if I care.
On to the next.
Oh my good gravy. Things are going well. But any run with a poet leper is gonna go well, in my experience. They're just so unbelievably durable. I'm a little sad to say I don't think carved bodkin is worth the price of admission.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I think I like the vanity more. It's 20% chance of an extra action is not a large enough chance. Also, the apron on our resident occultist is just so good. Never have to worry about dots. I think this guy's gonna die before we get a chance to do anything, so I'm just gonna drop the heal here.
Relief comes rarely in these times. Savor it.
I would have had the opportunity, but that's okay. I'm gonna take that single stress off and just let this guy die. All right, thank you, Rob. Always a pleasure to have you lurking. Enlightened Element, we might try and find a way to utilize, but seems not that great. This is a pretty bad result. Another Snappy Swig would have been good for business.
The conflagration must be stopped. The librarian must be destroyed.
Oh, the stun is really poor form, if you ask me. It's going to slow us down a lot.
Cooperation is the key.
We're going to have a categorize at some point that may further ruin things. If you blind them, I'm going to be so annoyed. Okay, I'm glad I taunted there. Well, Al's gonna drop a bomb, so I can't be too mad. We're going to take one uncontrolled hit. Also, what is... Alright, the shuffle's going to be annoying. That was about as good as you could expect it to be. And that's fine as well. Hate that this is a 50-50, but... The resist is a bummer, but I like that we left it up to Intimidate to get the kill.
The Wainwright awaits, eager to ply his trade.
Why does the voice line at the end of the Librarian say the Wainwright is ready to ply his trade? That seems a little counterintuitive. Let's see. Are you in the market for an Enlightened Element? Probably. It's probably okay. We'll probably have the speed for it too, and then I think Carved Bodkin is getting retired. All of that goes. Impermeable Poultice we don't need. Soothing Poultice we don't need. The playing cards are probably not going to want. But the triage kit can definitely go. We have way too much money. Yeah, Jace, I know, but it seems like there should be a specific voice line for having defeated the Librarian. You know, like, it seems a little weird to be like, the Wainwright, ready to ply his trade, seems like an oddly timed voice acting. That's all. All right, we'll get rid of the rope. Let's see. Tenebrae has seen better days. We'll get some Hew's to clear that up, and apparently also it will just partially work itself out. Unsprung Pocket Watch would be cool. More otherworldly fragments, I think, here. What are, you and Doctor Strange? You've seen no better time, so we'll do this. You are devout now. True entropy. I don't think I want true entropy. We could ditch the peculiar pods. But it's a random token, which means it can be a bad token. And that means when we least expect it, it will be a bad token. And then we will be sad. And then the linseed oil can go. All right. I would like to go to the Hoarder, personally. Hold on. I almost went the wrong way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Ah! I turned wrong. Dang it.
You hope to heal, you have chosen wisely.
That was weird. I tried to course correct and I couldn't. Old Stagecoach jank got us for sure. Oh, that would be amazing, Rob. Let's see. Well, we'll take it as much advantage as we can of this. Do we need to lock anything in? Martyr, Bon Vedant, Last Gasp. Dancer's Balance is really interesting. Sneaky's also pretty decent, just for the speed. I don't think I would lock it in, though. No, none of this, I think, is worth keeping. I'm going to remove some of these other randos, though. Because we have money for it. I don't care about Miss the Mark. We could buy a bone saw. We're going to buy a bone saw. I think that's, I mean, restorative herbs are decent for the final fight. All right, we'll save a little bit of money. I don't want to be completely broke when we get there. Oh, great, another hospital because I messed up the Hoarder. Grr. Guess I could buy another bone saw, maybe? just a mountain of bone saws.
Variable can make all the difference.
Diphtheria. We don't like that. I guess it's a good thing we have another hospital coming up. It all works out exactly the way it needs to.
Messy, but effective.
Oh yeah. Love me a songbook of rousing tunes. I'm sad we didn't get to go to the Hoarder. We had a bunch of baubles to spend, but surprise diphtheria is you and Doctor Strange are 1 pip down. Are you and Doctor Strange still 1 pip down? No, you're fully You're fully good. Alright. Our relationships are pretty darn good. I'm putting the hit here because I suspect that we're going to get a crit token, and I want the crit plus the vulnerable to all hit together. There it is. My poor sacrificial, you're not gonna have the time of your life. Kind of wanted that to miss. I was hoping to save the vulnerable, but
The work continues.
oh,
Elementary.
nice hit. Pretty clean. Stress is looking under control. Whoa. Pairing Patriarch. I don't think we put that anywhere. But double Book of Creative Insults is interesting. It would have to go with the Enlightened Element here. And I don't want to give up the Greater Sharpness Charm. We shouldn't have this here. We're not going to use this. We'll use this for the Exemplar, and then probably that for the Exemplar. Maybe we... Well, no, actually, for the Exemplar, we're going to need to use that, but we can use the horn as well. The noisemakers probably aren't going to survive the cut. And then I think we have too many baubles for our own good.
A simple choice. At least it should be.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a cultist fight the 11th hour here when I have diphtheria on the line. Thanks, but no thanks on the slime mold front. Alright, second to last battle before we face off against the Exemplar. It's gonna be a little annoying. Very disappointing result there. Front mortar I'm not too worried about. Shell shock is actually more annoying just because it comes with the stress. Oh, really? More watchdoggery?
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Weakens and wanes. I thought I might get the kill on this guy. Weakens and waners, Sir Farquaad? Sounds about right. I will take that hit on our leper any day. I mean, either way we get rid of the corpse, so I guess I'll do it that way. I kind of wanted to keep the corpse, but...
Malaise, measured and steady.
You're going to be one off. We have time. I don't think I need to do the heal. And then this 3 and 4. Right, let's just get rid of the doggo.
Straightforward and effective.
This will buy us time to get a nice heal here and a solemnity here. There we go. Much better. Much, much, much better. Just fishing for crits here. All right. Now, was this the actual fight? I think it was. I think we get rid of diphtheria and then...
This work is noble.
I don't think invigorating intoxicant is something I'm going to bring into the exemplar fight, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish... So did the hospital sometimes sell leeches? Is that the...
Ignoring her own.
Spiked skull cap. It's an interesting one. We replace the enlightened element with it. We do. We wouldn't be able to use the bone saw because you can only use the bone saw from slot 1. But it's a bunch more bleed. We're probably not going to get anything better. Gonna put that there and then put that there, and I don't think we actually use our smoke bombs here. Smoke bombs are good against the exemplar, but they in this chapter in particular they get cleared up. I mean, they're still good though. Yeah, I think we let the bone saw. We don't use the bone saw for the exemplar fight. We'll use it later. Okay, anything else we want to mess with for the exemplar or change up? Probably not. I mean, I was still going to take advantage of the target bleeding portion of the of it. So August, what changes is the ordainment. I can't show it to you right now. I'll show it to you in the next battle. But basically, the enemies have a different set of properties. We're not getting... I mean, I guess we're getting 3. Yeah, we'll do that for now. But yeah, I'll show you the ordainment once we get in there. But basically, enemies get stronger in different ways, depending on what chapter you're on. And the worst case is what we're dealing with here right now, which is that that blind tokens get removed via the ordainment. So we're about to face the big bad, the exemplar, and then I'll show you the ordainment list.
Push this half-made horror back
Okay.
into the void.
So, says that he is ordained. So spawn, apply on crit, copy all positive tokens, 40 max HP, plus 2 speed, plus 40% damage, more of all the dots and more dot chance. But it's actually over here. It is Altar of Obsession, and it doesn't show it here, but it takes blind tokens and gets rid of them. And that is specific to this. So the problem is I can't blind right now because it will it'll immediately turn it around on us, basically. So we're going to do this instead. Now, I really don't like the setup that we have right now. Because we're going to get 2 hits in a row, which means we might immediately get the fall. Okay, it looks like we're not going to, which is good. Prelude, good place for the Prelude to land, for sure. Now, I hate this. I think I'm just going to swap these 2 back. That shuffle was a little bad for business. Okay, so this Prelude is good because we may have an opportunity to ditch the combo. I don't remember who I gave Holy Water though. No, it's not quite going to work out the way I wanted it to. So we're just gonna take a big hit on here with the fall. Oh no, Pillar of Sacrifice instead. Okay. Good news for us. Because it means that we get rid of that. We're immediately going to be able to bring the taunt back up. And it's time to get Chaotic Offering firing. Oh, somewhat suboptimal Chaotic Offering there. You have 2 improved dodge. I think we go for it. The dodge never works. What can I say? Nice job landing that blight. I didn't actually expect that. So now we're likely going to see the fall hit. Somewhat nasty. But we didn't actually get the fall, which is good. Okay. This would be the safe play. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play it a little bit safe. Wow, are you really just not gonna die? Still at 55. Was hoping the smoke bomb would get it. Oh man, that's frustrating. All right, well, that was okay. He hung around a little longer than I necessarily would have preferred. Oh, Cruel Intent. For a Tempest Leper, that's very exciting. I think we leave all of this behind, except for the relics. Thank you, Ika. I do my best. I do my best. All right, we got space in our inventory, so let's get on out of here. But we still have the dies to deal with. Obsession's Gaze is going to be just around the corner. Let's see, I think 2 baubles is not going to be the difference maker, so I'll get rid of those. A book of playing cards. We could get Tactical Thinker from the playing cards, so it's not completely without value, but...
Lower your guard.
Sanguine on red shirt.
It is safe here.
Came up with 6 mastery. We're headed to the mountain.
Improve.
Greater Hail Drought might be worth picking up. How do our relationships look right now? 1 off, 2 off. 1 off, 2 off. I think we only need 3 pips of relationship to
Precious relics remind us of a time
completely
before
max
time.
ourselves out. Because you need 1 with Tenebrae. So let's use that pipeweed that I just got with you and Tenebrae. That also zeroes that out. And then the only relationship that's not max affinity now is Doctor Strange and Red Shirt. Now you have 8 speed because of the flame. So the stimulating pulses is probably going to get used to make you do work. Nothing here is that great. Like the Greater Hildrod is okay because the combo isn't that useful. Well, the greatest test of all is still coming, friends. The greatest test of all is still coming. I think we're gonna buy 2 food. That's for sure. I think the adrenaline tonic is worth picking up. And the blasphemous idol is worth picking up. And then we're kind of out of good stuff. Amorous Ballads I'm not going to waste my time with. I guess the Ichor Bomb is not terrible, so we'll probably use that, but let's distribute. So, okay, let's try the Blasphemous Idol here first. See if we get the speed buff. We do not. That means Stimulating Poultice goes here. Oh, it didn't need to because we actually had Songbook of Rousing tunes to get us there. That was a slight misplay. Now, Al is way too fast. And we could have gotten Black Eye a little faster. All the creative insults go here. Are we going to use 2 playing cards? I think the downside is greater than the upshot. Tenebrae gets that. I think I will buy a stitching kit for Tenebrae. I don't think I'm going to use the whiskey barrel because we're good enough as is. And then I think I'm going to go something like that. Everybody's going to get a food. You're at 8 speed, but you will lose it before the end of the thing. So we're going to do that. We're going to give you the bone saw. Put those there, and then we don't need the holy water anymore. Okay. I think we're good minus mastery. Absinthe is a great pickup here, because for the final boss, there's no corpses. Cause of Death, this boss has no Death's Door resist, so it's good. Battlefield Medicine is good. We're already fully upgraded here, and I don't see us changing anything there. Chop can be good. I've had Pirouette on the whole game, but why? I feel like given we're up at the front, I think Lunge is actually the better take for fixing our team order. Yeah, and then Hugh was an MVP last round, so we'll grab that.
Each Improvement
Wainwright's good as is.
variable in the equation of your fate.
With 10 left, I'll grab a shimmer powder and a linseed oil. Now we're getting out of here.